So for this project, our patient's name is Mallory Smith. She's a 32-year-old female, and she's currently in an inpatient facility. When discharged, she plans to go back home where she lives with her parents. Mallory has been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. It is a disease that has an unknown etiology and is an autoimmune progressive disease. What multiple sclerosis is? So it is when the body's immune system attacks the brain and spinal cord and damages the myelin sheaths around the axons in the brain and spinal cord. By damaging the myelin, it interrupts signals to the brain and spinal cord, impairing cognition, motor, and sensory functions. Specifically for this patient, Mallory is suffering from vision problems, difficulty walking, balance, articulating speech, overall weakness, spasticity, intention tremor. She has an intention tremor and has trouble remembering things and making decisions. She has had diagnostic testing done, such as MRIs and a lumbar puncture that shows that she is indicative of having multiple sclerosis. So some of the goals that we would like to work on would be to decrease spasticity in her lower extremities, specifically her extensor tone, stair training to help with household independence. So today we're going to be working on bed mobility to make her more functionally independent at home and moving in and out of bed, weight shifting to promote balance with her gait, stretching the lower extremities for spasticity to also help with gait, and stair training so she can be more functionally independent in her household going up and down the stairs. Good morning, Mallory. How are you feeling today?
I'm okay. I'm excited to go home. I feel pretty weak and my legs are super tight.
Okay, all right. Well, hopefully we can help with some of those issues today. So we're just gonna start by testing your hip strength, your hip flexors, to see how functional you are with walking. So what I'm gonna ask you to do is if you could just hike up your left knee as far as you can towards the sky. Perfect. And if you could do the same with the other side. Okay, great. So next I'm gonna ask you to do the same thing, and then I'm gonna just put my hand here and then place some resistance on your thigh here, and I want you to just hold it best you can for about 3 seconds.
Okay.
All right? 1, 2, 3. All right. And then go ahead and lift this knee up. 1, 2, 3. All right. So from the test, we've seen that the patient is a 4 out of 5 on both hip flexors. We're going to test the dorsiflexion range of motion on both ankles. So the landmarks to do this measurement are the axis is the lateral malleolus, the moving or stationary arm aligns with the fibular head, and the moving arm is parallel to the fifth metatarsal. So I'm going to just align them as such. Alright. And then I'm going to passively move the foot into dorsiflexion. And it seems that she's unable to move any further. And the measurement is 0 degrees on the right ankle. I'm going to do the same on the left side. Find the lateral malleolus and align with the fibular head and parallel to the fifth metatarsal. And then I'm going to passively dorsiflex the foot as far as the patient can go. And the patient shows 5 degrees of dorsiflexion on the left side. Alright, so the purpose of this test is to check tone in the lower extremities of the patient. So I'm going to go through various motions of the leg. We're going to start with abduction, adduction, do that a few times, speed up for velocity, see if there's any tone. We're gonna extend or flex the hip, extend the hip, flex the hip, extend the hip. We're going to flex the knee. We're gonna internally and externally rotate, moving in different speeds. We're gonna extend the knee. We're gonna flex the knee. We're gonna extend the knee. We're gonna flex the knee. And we're gonna extend the knee. And we're gonna bring that foot down. We're gonna do the same thing with the other leg. We're gonna abduct, adduct, go faster for velocity. We're gonna flex the hip. We're gonna extend. We're gonna flex. We're gonna extend, flex. We're gonna flex the knee. We're gonna externally rotate, internally rotate, externally rotate. And then we're gonna extend the knee. We're gonna flex. We're gonna extend the knee. We're gonna flex. We're gonna extend the knee. So all motions seem relatively normal except for knee extension, where I felt a slight catch and release sensation towards the end of the range. So I would grade her a 2 bilaterally on her knee extension. So for this intervention, we're going to practice bed mobility, specifically from supine to sit, to improve the patient's functional independence. So Mallory, for this intervention, I'm going to ask you to use your elbows, dig into the mattress, and then prop your head and shoulders upwards using the force from your elbows, and then go to your hands, and then push up with your hands, and then I'll assist you as needed, and then come up to a sitting position. And then for the same thing, we're going to lower back down slowly. We're going to go ahead and descend slowly to your elbows, and then gradually lower your head onto the pillow. And then we do that again. Go ahead and dig into the mattress. And we would do this for a total of 2 sets, 8 repetitions. Go ahead and push up with your hands. Perfect. Sit up. Go ahead and slowly lower back down. All right. And then come back up. Dig into the mattress with your elbows, with your hands. Perfect. All right. Come back down.
I just need a break. I'm tired.
Okay. Let me take a few seconds of rest.
Okay.
And then we get started again. Come back up. Perfect. Patient is able to do it with minimal assistance, just with minimal cueing. Push up with your hands. Perfect. And we do it again. So go up. And then we come back down. Okay, so this intervention is to promote knee extension and to decrease the extensor tone in the hamstrings. So what we're doing here is we're doing a low, long duration with 2 pound or 1.5 pound ankle weights. And we're gonna hold this position, or not hold the position, we're gonna put resistance and apply a stretch to the hamstrings for 3 minutes. Okay, so the purpose of this intervention is weight shifting to promote balance during gait. I have my hand placed on her gait belt, and so we're going to go into a staggered stance position, and then we're going to shift forward, hold that position for 3 seconds, shift backwards 3 seconds, forward, and we're going to do that 10 times, 5 forward, 5 backwards, and then we would do that for 2 sets. And then we would switch legs and then do that a total of 10 reps, 5 forward, 5 backwards, 2 sets. Okay, so we're gonna ascend the stairs. We're gonna step up with the left, or the right, step up, and then step up to the left, step up, and on the right. Right. Simple exercises you can do when you get back home, just to keep up with the therapy and make sure that you're progressing properly. So the first exercise would be the step up. So since you have stairs at your home, this is something that you could do that would improve your functionality. So the exercise is you stepping forward with one leg and then kicking your knee up or lifting your knee up with the other, and then coming back down. So you can do this on both sides, and you can do this for a total of 2 sets, 5 times on each leg. And then in between each set of both sides, you can take a 2-minute break. And if you feel like you're advancing or you're not feeling as fatigued, you can go ahead and cut that rest time down by, say, 15-second intervals. So go down to 145, 130, and as your endurance improves, you can just keep going down. And I'd like you to do that 3 times a week. And so the next exercise is the standing weight shifts. So very similar to what we've been doing in therapy already. It's very easy to do at home. You just grab a support, say a chair, or your walker would be essentially perfect for this. And we're gonna do what we do in therapy. We're gonna just shift to the left and the right, and forward and backwards with a 3-second hold. And we're gonna prescribe you to do that for 3 sets of 8 in each direction. And then with a 30-second to a minute hold. So you can gauge, how fatigued you are in between, and go from there. And that would also be 3 times a week. And then, so for the last exercise, it would be a hamstring stretch. So if you have a band or a stretch strap at home, you can go ahead and just lay down flat on the floor or bed, whichever you prefer, and then just wrap the strap around your foot, and then just bring your leg straight up, keeping your leg extended in full extension, so keeping it straight, and then just pulling it as far back as you can, getting it to where you feel that tension, but it's also it's also comfortable, so you're not feeling too much pain. And I'd like you to hold that for 30 seconds, and then you can repeat that 4 times. And in between each stretch, you can take a 30 to 1 minute break. And I would like you to try to do this at least once a day. Okay, so we would prescribe the patient with a HEP to follow at home, and a part of the HEP would be just educating the patient on fall prevention. So some of the things that the family can do at home to prevent Mallory from falling would be to remove any rugs that are in the living rooms or hallways, put down a shower mat to apply more friction in the bathtub, toilet rails so she can grip getting in and off the toilet, remove clutter or any small furniture that they may trip on, apply proper lighting in rooms and hallways, minimize thresholds into different rooms from different surface textures, wear grip socks at home, railings on stairs for her to go up and down the stairs, and covering sharp edges. In the case that she may fall, there's a layer of protection on any sharp corners or edges.